Today we are going to discuss about feminist theories. That what are feminist theories, basic feminist thoughts, how they emerge, and what were their history and background, and what they actually advocate about. Basically, feminism is a concept which advocates for the political, economic, and social cultural equality of women and men in all the sphere of life. It basically advocates that women are as equal and as has equal potential as men, and they can perform well in all the domains of life, so they cannot be marginalized in any sphere of life. Bell Hooks defined feminism as a movement to end sexism, sexist exploitation and oppression. That any kind of oppression that is based on someone's sex, someone's basic biology, on the base of which someone born, that either was man, either was women. So on the base of sex, on the base of someone's biology, we cannot oppress or exploit someone, because everyone is born equal. So if one has potential, that person should be given opportunity to perform in any domain of life. Simone de Beauvoir, that was a famous feminist, in her book The Second Sex, she defines feminism as one is not born but rather becomes a woman. It means that society defines someone's roles. Mostly it happens that to a woman, society defines that this woman has to perform house chores and this man has to perform external duties, but that is not what Simone de Beauvoir believes. She believes that women should not be only confined within the four walls of home, should be given equal opportunities to perform out the domains of a home. Historical background of feminism is that women historically has experienced various kind of oppression and exploitation. They were denied, they faced denial of voting rights, domestic confinement, economic dependency, lack of education, property restriction, political exclusion as well. They faced discrimination at workplace in the sense that they were not being paid equal wages as their male counterparts. They were not given the right to become politically active. They were not given the right to attain education, and if they were given the right to attain education, that too limited towards the primary or secondary education and not towards the university education and higher education. They were mostly dependent on their male counterparts for their economic needs, and feminism emerged to challenge these injustices and to define that women can perform well. Core beliefs of feminism are that women, not only men, but all the genders are equal. It actually advocates for gender equality. Till now, almost 50 plus genders have been defined. There are not only men, women, also LGBTQ plus. It means the lesbians, gays, transgenders, and other plus means that other 50 plus genders are there that have been defined. So there should be not any kind of oppression on the basis of someone's gender, someone's external identity. Feminism opposes patriarchy. Patriarchy is basically male dominance in the various spheres, social, political, and economic institutions. It ends patriarchal structures, it ends patriarchal thoughts, and it advocates that women are equal to the male counterparts. They should not be oppressed. Uh, it advocates for women empowerment in political domains, in economic domains, and in other social spheres. It actually, feminism actually give voice to the various voiceless genders. Mostly it is established fact now that feminism advocates for women's empowerment. No, it advocates for everyone's empowerment and specifically about women. Freedom of choice, that every gender has equal choice in the matter of their economic choices, in the matter of their personal choices, in the matter of their marital choices. So every person and every gender can exercise this freedom of choice. Every person has a right to social justice where they can be treated equally. Next, we have mentioned that the main objectives of feminism. Main objectives of feminism were that it advocates for political equality for everyone, economic equality, educational equality, legal equality, social equality, bodily autonomy, and protection from violence. Major waves of feminism, basically the major waves of feminism, there are till now four waves of feminism have been defined. First wave of feminism that emerged in 19th and 20th century, the main focus of first wave of feminism were that it advocates for women's suffrage, equal rights and property rights, and the main and important figure during the first wave of feminism was Mary Wollstonecraft, whose book is A Vindication on the Rights of Women. So we will discuss all these waves of feminism in detail in another video one by one, because we can expect a long question on any one of these waves. So we will discuss them in detail. Right now, you just get a basic idea that what were the basic proponents and what were the basic uh, uh, contributions of these waves of feminism towards the feminist movements in the later stages of life. Second wave of feminism emerged during 1980s and 1960s. It advocates for the reproductive rights of women. It advocates that women should not be exercise domestic violence against them, workplace discrimination, and the major advocate and major proponent toward the second wave of feminism was Patty Friedan, whose book was The Feminine Mistake. She wrote this book in 1963. Third wave of feminism, it advocates for the inclusion of women in all the sphere of life, and it actually advocate for the intersectionality. Intersectionality is a concept in which various kinds of identities in terms of gender, in terms of race, in terms of class, ethnicity, and other identities, when all these identities merge and merge together, they couple this kind of oppression. For example, if a woman is living in a Muslim society, but that specific woman is non-Muslim, also she is a black in color, also she belongs to some like lower class, not earning not that much economic stable, so she will face multiple kind of oppression and kind of discrimination in society, and that is a concept of intersectionality. And Kimberly Crenshaw basically advocates for that there should be end to intersectionality and there should be equal opportunities for everyone in all the spheres of life. Fourth wave of feminism, it emerged during 2010 and onward. It is actually advocate for digital activism. Like now we are living in an age of technology where every person has computer, every person is having laptop and kind of using various social media platforms, and any kind of online harassment, sexual violence, and any kind of social media kind of challenges that a person face on this kind of in this age of technology. Fourth wave of feminism advocates for that, and Me Too movement that emerged in 2006. It advocates for the women's equality and end to all kind of harassment against women. Which types of feminism are there? We will again discuss them in another video in detail, because we can expect long question on either liberal feminism, radical feminism, Marxist feminism, socialist feminism, and other feminisms. Liberal feminism advocates for the suffrage and equal equality of women in the political domain, that women should vote, women should have the right to be representative, should be right to equal candidates, they should be having, they should enjoy equal legislative and executive positions. Radical feminism advocates that the patriarchal structures in the society are the main cause of women oppression. So it advocates to end these patriarchy mindset and advocates for the equal opportunities for everyone. Marxist feminism, as Karl Marx was a major political scientist and political philosopher. In this feminism, Marxist feminism, it advocates that capitalism and labor kind of exploitation, that women are economically marginalized in the communities. So this kind of expression and exploitation is defined in Marxist feminism. Again, socialist feminism is a combination of radical and Marxist feminism that advocates that patriarchal as well as economic exploitation and economic marginalization in the society are the causes of uh, women and other kind of gender exploitation. Psychoanalytical feminism advocates for the gender socialization that every gender should have the opportunity to socialize with others, because when we socialize and when any kind of gender socialize, they learn many social ethics, they learn social values, and they can become a part of responsible society. So in this way, it advocates for everyone's equal socialization and everyone's equal inclusive society. Postmodern feminism advocates for the social construction of gender. Ecofeminism advocates that women and nature have close roles. For example, actually, there was also a long question. Ecofeminism. Ecofeminism defines that uh, whenever there is a natural phenomena, for example, there is a flood, there are other kind of natural disasters, then in that phase, in that circumstances, women are the main uh, oppression. Women are the main components in the society who face oppression in terms of their health, in terms of their education, in terms of their economic opportunities, in terms of the other rights. So they are the main kind of targets that face oppression during that kind of circumstances. So nature and women has close link with each other, and this kind of concept is being studied under ecofeminism. There are very common misconceptions about feminism are that feminism hates men, feminism seeks female superiority, feminism is only for women, feminism destroys family. However, these are our misconceptions. Reality is that feminism opposes any kind of sexism. Feminism seeks equality of every gender. Feminism benefits all genders, advocates for all the voiceless in the society, not only women, not only men, but all the people who cannot advocate, who cannot speak for themselves. So feminist movements and feminist waves and feminist studies advocates for their rights, advocates for their rights, so that every person should be given equal opportunities and equal right to being a part of a welfare society. If we talk about the critical evaluation of feminism, it both has a positive contribution to society as well as there is also criticism of feminism. Feminism has globally brought a change in terms of that it has improved women's rights globally. It has increased educational opportunities for women. It has increased economic opportunities for women. It has advocated for the political participation of women. It has brought awareness among women and all kind of genders against women, against violence. Now, any person, any kind of gender who faced any kind of violence, they can report it. They can speak against that harassment, that violence, no matter it's domestic violence, no matter it is workplace violence. So now feminism actually given voice to the voiceless so that they can speak for their rights and they can speak for their security. Uh, however, certain branches and certain thoughts are there that the feminism is too extreme, and the Western feminism, basically feminism concept emerged from Western society. Like Mary Wollstonecraft, who was the first feminist proponent during the first wave of feminism back in 1770s and 1792, after the civil rights movement in USA. So it advocates that it ignore local cultures. The women in the local societies, women in the rural areas, they have different issues. Women in the urban areas, they have different issues. So feminism actually advocates for the urban societies, or feminism advocates for the rights of the white women. It ignores local cultures. Some feminist debates create divisions that also I have already mentioned that it creates division of rural and urban divide. Like rural women have different issues, urban women have different issues. So it actually says that it advocates for the rights of urban women, not of the rural women, because rural women even sometimes survives with their basic life. So there are studies and there are multiple proponents are going on and studies are going on, and we can expect this thing that in future there will be more improvement over this thing. But if I say that conclude that feminism has a great contribution and it has cause great awareness among all the genders. It has actually advocates that it actually raises awareness that every person has a right to life and a right to enjoy equal opportunities. So it is not merely a women's movement, but it's a broader struggle for an inclusive and equitable society for all human beings, and it advocates for the equality of all women. That all religions teaches us that every person and every gender is equal in the society, so they have the right to play equal part. We will discuss again in detail all the feminist movements, feminist waves, and feminist types. Right now, for today it is enough. You have the basic understandings of feminism, that is what is feminism, and another video we will have in detail.